Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips here. I think I have everything set up now. I'm actually going live through just the regular old webcam as opposed to going live through the streaming software. Like the streaming software has been such a pain lately. When I was using that I think Streamlabs, and for some reason, every time I was using that, it was like going live before I was ready, and I'm just like, wait a minute, it's like making me live on here before I even click the live button. It's really strange. Or if you go and start setting things up on there to get the live set up, then all of a sudden it goes and then doesn't accept it. So I'm going to share it on this on Instagram now as well. But yeah, very strange how it just was. So I basically am doing it differently now. Let me see if I can just copy the link on here too. Let me see, where is the link for this stream so I can put it on Instagram. See if I can just, it's always, that's always the biggest pain, is getting everything like shared everywhere. Let's see. And hopefully nothing goes offline or is done wrong. Let's see. Let me copy this here. Copy the link. Yeah, I'm just trying to share this to Instagram too. And I'll start going through your questions. So, guys, feel free to ask any questions you guys would like on here as well. Let me just screenshot this and then put this on Instagram so people there know too. So, just do one thing here. Let's see. Just edit this photo a little bit. Let's see. So, why not? Let me just edit this so people know Instagram. How do you edit this thing? I have to crop the photo. Yeah, I should have done this beforehand too. Let's see. So, here's this. Now, we'll put this on Instagram. Yeah, so I saved the photo. Now it didn't. Start all over again on Instagram. Try and put this picture up. Here we go. Here's the picture. And I'm going to put the link for this. So after this is done, we're finished. Okay, so I'll put this link up. Okay, so now that's on Instagram, so people know. Okay, cool. So that's all should be done now, so we can go through and ask, go through the questions and everything, guys. Hope you guys are having a great holiday and everything as well. So let's see. The first one on here was, let's try this again. I know I've been trying it a lot on here. Merry Christmas. Thanks, Deadly Spooky. I've been subscribed since 2008. Do you ever dream of MJ? Well, I always wonder what in the world's happened to MJ. And it's just like, yeah, and if you guys don't know who MJ is, if you guys have been watching the channel since the very, very beginning, early on when it started, I think the channel on here started in like 2006. I think 2006, 2007, but I started doing online content since 2004. But in the very, very beginning, up until 2010, I used to do videos on here with a guy named MJ Kelly. And when I moved, he stayed in Maryland, so he wasn't in the vlogs and stuff like that. But everyone always asks about him, but I haven't heard from him now in like 4 years. So I have no idea what's going on. So hopefully at some point I'll hear from him again, because I would love to get him involved with the films that I'm doing. I think it'd be really awesome to have him be part of them. And like, I don't know, I think he'd have a great time too. So hopefully at some point, let's see, how's Dweebo? Dweebo's doing really good. Let's see, I've met Sean and MJ at cons before in the past and have had dreams about them getting back together for videos. I wonder if he ever dreams of him as well. I do. I don't really dream. I just more like wonder like what he's doing and kind of like what's going on. And it's just weird, because I just wonder too if he's like aware of the movies that I'm doing now, and if he has any idea about it or anything. So that's the kind of stuff that I always am more curious about than anything, is like if he follows any of the stuff at all. Let's see. A Merry Christmas. I'm in a fast food drive-through right now. Yeah, there's not a lot of places open today food-wise. I think one of the few places open food-wise I know was Subway. I went to one today because I went to get something to eat before I walk, because I walk these trails now. And the one thing, it was supposed to be open until 3. The door was already locked at 2 o'clock, and the woman was like yelling through the door, "Too many orders, I can't handle it." And so she wasn't letting anybody into the place. So it was a fast food fiasco, Christmas fast food fiasco. Let's see. Glad the streams works. It went on private earlier. Yeah, the other one, it was like live, and I didn't even know for like like 15 minutes or something. I'm like, what? So I always now put like, when I'm setting these things up, I put like this little pasty thing over it because I'm like, I'm not having it like just recording me or live when I don't know it, looking like a fool or something. So I'm like definitely aware now, but now I've been able to switch it on here so it goes through the webcam of the computer through just the regular webcam. It's as opposed to going through that Streamlabs software, which I don't really need Streamlabs unless I'm going to go and like have somebody else on the stream with me where there's some another location or something. I really don't need that. And I'm also not like broadcasting stuff from the my desktop and everything as well. I don't know if through here where I see if there's any super chats that come in. So if I miss anything that super chats that come in, guys, sorry, I'm going to make sure what I'll do is I'll have the other thing open as well. And if anything's come through super chats too, guys, let me know too, so I don't miss anything. Let's see. And it should be all turned on. I believe that that function is on here as well. Let's see. And we'll talk a little bit about my next project as well. The new film I'm going to be doing. It's a Hills Have Eyes style film. We'll talk a little bit about that one as well on here too. Let's see. Let's see. Where is this one? Will you ever do any around the towns again? I don't know. I mean, like, if there's something really interesting to show, I feel like nowadays the around the towns are kind of like the Tuesday videos. And then if I go to a convention or an event or something like that, then I do the around the towns. But I don't think that I'll ever have them be the same the way they were because it was so much of what it was like a new thing at the time, and no one was really video blogging because that was so early on. That was like 2006, 2007. So people weren't really doing that stuff in the same way, and it was like I kind of was doing a lot of that at the time because I really wanted to document all these places. And I feel like nowadays I document stuff and sneak videos of things if I really need to. So I don't know. I don't have that same dynamic with anybody where I would be doing a weekly video in that same context that I was doing with MJ back then. You know what I mean? So it was different. It was a different place in my life. So I don't really see myself doing video blogs in that exact same way. I feel like more I theme them if there's like an event or, you know, conventions and things like that. I do really want to, though, on the films that I'm doing, I want to get more behind the scenes stuff. I think that's really important because it's just too difficult for me personally to do it. But I think that I'm going to definitely plan for this next one, for the Desert Fiends one, to have someone there, you know, documenting like a whole behind the scenes thing so I could put that on YouTube when it's done. Because I feel like that's something that I really would like you guys to be able to see more of. You know, on Amityville Karen, there is a documentary making of that, the making of the movie. But I want to get like one for this one because this one is going to be much more of a difficult film because it's going to be a bigger thing. It's going to be the most out of all the films that I've done, this next one is going to be the largest one just because of the scale of everything and the scale of the special effects and the plan for the release wise for this one that I'm going for with it. I'm really excited. This one is like, I don't know about you guys, but I've always absolutely loved Hills Have Eyes and Wrong Turn, and the concept of like the desert and just driving out there always creeped me out, and the idea of breaking down and what's out there. I don't know. So it's kind of like been a dream of mine to make this film. And I think that right now, the way horror is going, it's the time for it because this is going to be the first time too I really go for the gore, where it's like that's the pretty much the number one focus of the project is making it incredibly gory and very out there gore scenes that are and different things than you've seen before. So that's the goal, is very, as they would say, effed up type kills in the movie, like very not PC, like, you know, simple, very like regular kills. We're gonna go like crazy, super gory, you know, and not like just like guts, like just insane stuff. I've already been thinking of talking to Eric, who's going to be doing the effects, and I'm so excited for this one, guys. So like I said, that I'll have more information on the Desert Fiends movie next month. The campaign will be going up on the 9th for it, but I'm really excited about this one. Let's see. What do you think of the Dollar Tree movie section? I mean, I feel like it always makes you kind of like be always like afraid of buying certain movies at Walmart when they're brand new, like some of the smaller horror films, because you're like, well, is this going to end up at the Dollar Tree in like 3 or 4 months from now? But I feel like it's usually Walmart titles, usually ITN stuff, but it's not bad stuff though. It's a lot of times you can find decent things there, and I found a lot of older stuff if they order like too many things and stuff like that there. So I like their stuff. I feel like Is my future going to be lots of my movies in the Dollar Tree? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, a lot of the stuff I've acted in is ended the Dollar Tree, end up in the Dollar Tree. I don't know if the things I direct are all going to end up there or not. Time will tell, I guess. We shall see. I don't, I mean, one of them is going to come up from a studio, the one Amityville Shark House. And the one thing is, I will say, I don't think that will end up in the Dollar Tree because that particular studio doesn't seem to have their stuff end up there. Like if it doesn't sell in a store, I don't know where they send it to. You know what I mean? Because it's like, all I'll say is LG. Let's see. I hate Christmas. I hate how Christmas doesn't feel like Christmas anymore. No, I will agree with you on that. It's funny this particular year, just going out and just driving around in general, it didn't feel as Christmassy. I felt like there was more people out, more people like going to Subway, more people in line for drive-throughs for like Jack in the Box. I was driving by. I felt like more like I don't know. I don't remember past Christmases feeling like as many people out doing other things and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just I definitely do know what you mean, and maybe it's because too Christmas, like the stores and stuff, have put stuff out so early. Like Christmas stuff started going out like at the end of September, as from what I can remember. I think it was before October. Yeah, in the end, it was basically the end of September, holiday, Christmas. I think the beginning of September, the stuff for Halloween started going out, or even the end of August. And then into September, like the very end of September, then we started seeing Christmas stuff starting to trickle out. And then by the time Halloween was just about there, then all the Christmas stuff was already out. So it's been like Christmas stuff has been out for a long time in the stores. And maybe it's like been kind of like overkill and people have been around it so like much longer than normal this year because stuff went out earlier than ever. And maybe people are just like, it's been around so much and people are kind of getting overwhelmed with, I don't know. It definitely is interesting this particular year that it doesn't seem as Christmassy as some other years though. At least to me, I was noticing that. Let's see. I like Amityville. Oh yeah, and that's the one thing too. Is any of you guys too, if you'd like to see the film that I directed, Amityville Karen, that movie is up for free now. It's for free at two places I know for sure. Vudu, I saw it on there, and then it's also free on Tubi. So you guys can just search Amityville Karen, and you guys can see that one on there though. Let's see. Will you ever do around? I talked about that. Have you seen Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter or Harry Knuckles with Phil Carcass? I think I saw Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter. How's your weight loss journey doing these days? I'm trying to lose weight too, to lower my blood pressure. With me, it's pretty much just been maintaining and trying to stay at the same exact range. And that's pretty much what I've been doing is like staying within this like 5-pound range. It's like, that's pretty much what I've been doing is like really trying to do that. I'm at some point, I'll probably do like an updated, weight loss kind of video down the line. But that's really been the main thing. And what I've been doing lately is I really like walking trails. So I've been going, like there's a trail near my house and there's this other one I discovered as well. The only thing about the trails though, that's creeping me out lately. And like, I'm usually like, when I'm on the trails too, I am like talking business for the films and stuff like that. So sometimes it's embarrassing though, because I'm like talking business to like investors and things like that. And then I'm like, oh, a wolf. And like, yes, I have seen wolves. I've seen coyotes. I saw two wolves together. The biggest fear, and these are just like regular trails that like kids are walking on, everybody, but it's like it scares the living shit out of me though. Like the seeing these things. So like the one trail I haven't gone to for a week because I saw like this wolf that came like probably 10 feet from me and acted like it was a dog. It was not a dog. And I screamed and it ran off, but it scared. It was like really scary. So I haven't gone to that one in like a week. I see a $5 super chat here from Bill Tyrell. Thanks so much, Bill, for the $5 super chat. And he says, Merry Christmas, Sean. I would love for you to do another film with Rosman. Ghost Shark was awesome. She hasn't done a movie in a long time. Oh yeah, Mackenzie Rosman. Yeah, I'd love to get her involved again. I have to talk to her and see if she'd ever like to get involved with one of the things that I'm doing. Because no, I would love to get to work with her again. She was really fun to work with in Ghost Shark, like very down to earth and like very funny and like cracking jokes and stuff. So no, I really love getting to work with her. So definitely would be awesome to work with her again. And if you guys don't know, she's Mackenzie Rossman, who was the youngest daughter. A show I never literally watched an episode of it my entire life, but she was from I think it's Seventh Heaven. But I, like I said, I never watched the show ever. So it was like, I guess that was why she liked me talking to me and stuff, because I didn't say anything about it, because I didn't know anything to say. Let's see. I see a $5 super chat here from Matthew Rodriguez. They closed the last book off and Fries at my local city. It sucks because I would find some really good out of print stuff. Yeah, I know all the Fries are now gone. The one thing that's kind of fun though with Fries though is at least we can still always remember Fries Electronics, because Jordan Peele wanted to capture it and remember it in the movie Nope. I almost feel like he knew it was going out of business, and he's like, I want to capture this so no one forgets this. It was kind of like something I would do, and I sort of think he knew what he was doing, capturing in there, because he could have easily done Best Buy, and it would have been much easier to just go the Geek Squad and all that. So he wanted to remember that. At least that's what I think. Book Off though, that's crazy that closed, because where I am, they seem to be doing well, and I even saw like there was all these ads like coming to Riverside, which is not near me, but it's like further up. But they were saying coming soon, the new Book Off, and so I've seen a lot more promotion for Book Off. So it's crazy that one closed. I guess it was just maybe the area wasn't getting as much business or something. Let's see. We ever do around the towns. I talked about that. There's still a Book Off in my local town. I'd like the Amityville Karen. Well, thanks so much, Justin. I'm really glad you liked it. Merry Christmas, Sean. Do you think Beavis and Butthead's new movie will get a physical release? I hope so. I really hope it does. I need to get at some point Paramount Plus. I really do. Yep, we could hear you typing anyway. When do you think you'll get the original Avatar 4K? Do you think it comes with all 3 cuts? I'm sure. I bet that they'll probably put out like a deluxe edition of Avatar and like the 4K one. Probably when the new one releases on 4K. That's probably what I would think. Are you excited for the new horror movie Megan from Blumhouse? I am. I think that looks actually really good. I am surprised though it's PG-13. I can't figure out exactly the reason for that. I guess that they're going for kind of like with The Boy, but I feel like nowadays, and I don't know about you guys, like the PG-13 horror thing it's starting to kind of die. I think that after Terrifier 2, it's like people see PG-13 now for horror. If you're actively going to make that, is kind of like weak sauce, like that old expression, weak sauce. It's kind of like, it's not like people don't want it. It's just like, it's kind of like, well, it's not exactly what's wanted right now. And I feel like I could almost imagine Megan being even cooler if for those scenes where you see her killing them, it was really twisted, and it would be even more off-putting. You know what I mean? So I don't exactly understand the reason for the PG-13 with that one. Like I said, though, I guess they're trying to go for the boy thing. But I think in this day and age, I don't even think the PG-13 rating is needed in the same way, because when it comes to like the way movies are released, more people are just watching them on demand and in theaters too. I don't think they even. I don't know. I think the days of PG-13 doing better over an R rating is kind of falling off now a little bit. Let's see. Did you buy your Monster Arena ticket yet? I'm super stoked for Robert Englund coming this year. No, I haven't got that one yet. I definitely will be going. I am going to be going though to the Days of the Dead horror convention, and I'll be there too promoting with producer Nicole Vegas, who's going to be producing Desert Fiends, the new film that I'm doing. She's going to be starring in the film as well. We'll be there as well, and I'm going to be at the table there a little bit. I kind of have restless leg syndrome, so I probably won't be sitting there a lot, but I'll be there a little bit. So, but I'll mainly be walking around and stuff at the convention. So yeah, I will be at the Days of the Dead convention in Vegas. I think that's February 14th. I have the room and everything all set up and everything for that too. Let's see. Hello from New Caledonia, Kinky. Did you watch Phantasm? Yeah, I've seen all the Phantasm films. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything here. Drag Queen Story Hour, good or bad? I don't know what that is. Merry Christmas, Sean. Hope you've been well. Hey, Adam. Hope all has been well with you. Hey, Sean, I just bought a Peloton bike. I'm officially broke. Wish me luck on my weight loss journey. Oh, well, congratulations, though, on getting, making the step for getting the bike and everything. But though a lot of people really like that bike. So I think you'll really have a great time on that. I know they have a lot of different classes you can do, that are like online group classes and like the Peloton bike type of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that I know you can do with that. George Romero almost had made Resident Evil his version in 1997, but it never happened, and he went to direct Resident Evil live action version. I think it'd been cool if he actually did that. I really did like Land of the Dead, though. I feel like Land of the Dead is one of those movies when you like look back on it now, you like it even more. I don't know why. Like when I first saw Land of the Dead, I thought like it was cool, but I like now it's almost like obsessively cool. I feel like it's like if only he had a little bit more money to kind of do a little bit more with the tower aspect of it, and kind of go a little more like the Gremlins 2 with it, where there was even more of like this inclusive tower. And I don't know. I thought there was just a little bit more he could have done with some of that aspects of the film. And then I don't know. I still really really love that movie. Let's see. Well, Terrifier 2 has made gory horror movies popular now. No, it has, and like and the good thing is though, like I feel like Pay to Die, that the one I did before, has a couple sequences that are kind of like that, like face melting and things along those lines. But no, I know now that that's what people really want, is a lot of the really gory stuff. So I'm definitely going to be ramping up that, and then kind of tying it together with the kind of humor that I have. It's its own type of film. I think these things that I'm doing. I can't really compare it to anything else like this style, because it's so outlandish, the humor that I have, and I know it's very peculiar, but I'm just really excited for you guys to see a lot of these ones, because Karen, there was levels of my humor in there, but it wasn't my script, that movie, so I was basically working off of somebody else's script. But Pay to Die was all my script with my brother, so that was what was so cool, was that we got to write that together. And we're going to be writing Desert Fiends together as well. So that's been really cool. The aspect of getting to work with him, and being somebody that is very, dyslexic and stuff, and is not really good at writing. And basically, I can basically tell it, say the story, explain everything, but when it comes to putting things down on paper, I'm really dyslexic. I have a lot of learning disabilities and things along those lines. So it's like, uh, but being able to do this with my brother though, and being able to actually put what I'm thinking into word, basically put it down into paper like this, has been amazing to me, because it's been something that's been very difficult. And that's why some of the early projects that I was doing, the early films, like the first movie and stuff like that, Scream Bloody Murder and stuff, it was different because it wasn't my script, and I wasn't as passionate about what I was doing, because it wasn't what I really wanted to do as much with it. So now I'm really glad that I'm gotten to the point where I'm able to really really do my story, because some of the ones too were kind of like I was kind of like hired, to a sense, to do them. Like Karen, Bigfoot, and Shark House were all kind of for a company, so it wasn't really my ideas per se. Shark House had a lot of my concepts with when my character. I liked it. I thought that one was actually really good. Do you still talk to Shane? How's he doing? I talk to him every so often on Facebook. Did you watch Beavis and Butthead do the universe? No, because I don't have the Paramount Plus, so I've not seen any of those. I need to get that. Have you ever thought about directing a teen comedy? Well, the problem is I really know how to fund, like horror films, horror comedies. I really wouldn't know how to fund like a straight comedy. If it was just like a horror, like a comedy movie that didn't have any horror in it, I think I would have a hard time doing that. This new one though is going to be much more like a younger group of kids though, and it's like, so it's going to follow around a group of kids that are going to a concert out in the middle of the desert, this mysterious concert. And basically, though, I still am going to be in the movie, though, but not playing the main person, though. I'm going to play like the boss's sort of assistant that goes out there looking for one of the lost trucks that goes and lost, that's dumping chemicals out in the desert. So I'm going to do like a smaller role in this one, so I can concentrate more on the story, and just make sure I can really concentrate on getting everyone's performances perfect. Because I'm really, I have like, it's funny, like the way that I direct people, the best example is the way Jared Hess does it. If you guys watch the behind the scenes of Napoleon Dynamite, and I didn't see that until recently. For some reason, I never watched that until recently, but watching that, I'm like, that's how I do it. I kind of kind of emulate the way people to say certain lines and things like that. And I have like, do my own voice patterns of how to say it, like the nuances of the go up with your voice here. I don't know. So if you guys watch that, that's sort of exactly I do it, kind of like mimic the way to show the characters. I kind of play all the parts and stuff. So I don't know. It was just funny because it was like, wow, that's the exact way that I do it. Because I'm much more, is not as much technical as much as I'm much more on the performance and talking about the comedy and getting like the jokes and making sure all that is working more so than as much with the technical. I know I need to be a little bit more on that too, though. I think that's very, very important. Let's see though. Let's see. Favorite Christmas movie? Probably For some reason, my favorite one to watch, I've watched the most, is Christmas with the Cranks. But then I would say, of course, Home Alone. But Christmas, the Home Alone films, it's like a tie though. It's like basically a tie between Home Alone 1 and 2, Christmas with the Cranks, and Jingle All the Way. And like to say which one I like the best is very difficult. But those are my most watched Christmas ones, though. Christmas Story I really like, but for some reason, and I don't know how to explain this, my entire life I found Christmas Story to be kind of scary. And I don't know why, but something about like the lighting and like the music in that one, especially the lighting in like the night scenes with the Christmas tree and stuff, always seemed scary to me. And I don't know why, but I always thought they were kind of, that movie was kind of creepy. Let's see. Merry Christmas, Coulter. Thanks so much, Johnny. Thoughts on Jack Frost? If you mean the horror one, I always liked that one. The one with Michael Keaton, though, that was very sad. Why'd you stop making the around the town videos with your parents and Dweebo? They were the best. Well, they didn't really like the comments and stuff. A lot of times there was like weird comments on there and stuff like that. So that was kind of like the reason for it. Hey, Sean, just watch Amityville Karen. Was a lot of fun. Great job on that one. Well, thanks so much, AJ. Yeah, that one though, for doing as much, because with that one, it was, I think we raised to do that whole thing maybe $15,000. And I literally on that did everything. Like I was holding the camera 95% of the time. I was like literally all of the things on that movie. It was one of those kind of things where it was like, what am I doing? Why am I doing all of this stuff myself? But it was kind of like I had to prove to myself that I could do it. And I was able to do it myself. I don't know what it was. It was kind of like I was going through a lot of PTSD after Shark House because that performance and everything. And then there was a lot of negativity going on with Scream Bloody Murder. I can't get into it all, but basically during that exact time, I was going through a lot of anxiety and a lot of like self-doubt on being able to do this and everything, because a lot of people were sort of breaking me down. So I was like, okay, I need to just do this very low key and then show that I could do it. And then I had a really great time doing it. Even though I know there are some stuff in that movie that are not perfect technically, there's some sound things and stuff like that. I'm very aware with that particular one. But just be aware, though, every other project is a lot larger than that one. That was a smaller one, but I still really like it. Like Bigfoot was double, or if not triple, the amount that I had to work with from that movie to the other one. So that one is a lot bigger. That one had Eric Roberts in it, so that one is a bigger movie, and I feel a little bit better a lot better though about how that one was, because that was much more my humor as well. So when you guys get to see Amityville Bigfoot, I think you guys are going to really like that one because it's very much kind of like the direction that I've been going with the films. Let's see. One of my biggest fears is being bitten by a snake. I think to me, I don't know what I'd say like biggest fear. Like that's hard to say. It's like, people would say like failure. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. What are your thoughts on Fright Night? Fright 1971 or the Susan George one? I like that movie. Outside of walking trails, what's your gym routine? But pretty much the trails is the main thing that I do now. So I'm really doing that now pretty much every day. I think I usually am walking. There might be like usually Tuesday I don't, but other than that, I'm pretty much going every day. There's sometimes if I don't, then I'll do the bike. Because I'm going to be starting in the next couple days, like really writing a lot of the script for Desert Fiends. So then I'll probably be doing a lot of stuff on the bike. Let's see. What was a movie you spent some time, months or years looking for out of print? Like a movie that I was looking for a long time. I know that Under Wraps I was looking for a while. I'm trying to think of, but the one thing I've been looking for forever, I've still yet to ever see it. I mean, I've never seen it anywhere, even a used copy, even a copy in person that was like really expensive. At least I haven't in the last like 5 years. Is that movie? What's the one, the Midnight something? Why am I blanking on the name right now? The one with LeVar Burton, but that one that Anchor Bay put out. That's what I'm always looking for. And then the other one I always am looking for is the Shortcuts DVD they put. No, not short. No, side. Is it side cut? Was it short? What was it called? The one with I'm blanking on the name, with Jonathan Brandis. The karate film. That was one of the other ones. I know one of the other really rare ones that I have is Camp Cucamonga. Let's see. What are your thoughts on Rockula and Dracula's Widow? I don't think I saw those ones. Merry Amityville Christmas. I am thinking, I'm think exciting you're doing your next movie, Desert Fiends. No, I'm really, really excited for Desert Fiends. Like I said, it's going to be a Hills Have Eyes, Wrong Turn style project. But then there's like some really, really interesting, weird twists to it that I think you guys are going to find crazy. So, like, because I don't do stuff unless there's like something outlandish and crazy to it. Because, like, to me, I always see movies as an escape, and I see that like I want at least what I'm doing to be an absolute escape, to be something where you watch this and you're like, "What in the world was that? That was the most crazy thing I've seen." And that's the way I kind of look at what I'm doing. I don't ever want to make anything cookie cutter. Like I can't do that. Like the idea of like making like some generic possession movie or something very generic. I just there would be no fun in that for me. Like if I wasn't able to do like the humor that I think is funny, I'm like, what's the point of doing it? You know what I mean? So that's kind of the way I'm doing with all these projects, is really trying to bring my humor to this stuff and really trying to give everybody something really different and not just like the same old, and making sure too, since the projects are crowdfunded as well, so people are coming from all over the world. People are flying in from other countries, all over all kinds of states all over, flying in to act in the project. So I'm really trying to make sure two people have a really great time and really, a great experience on these projects. Let's see. Have you seen Attack of the Puppet People or Angry Red Planet? I think I've seen Angry Red Planet. If I make a coming of age teen movie set in the early to mid 2000s, I'm going to have them browsing through Blockbuster, kind of like that scene with Jack Black and Kate Winslet. Yeah, you could go shoot it at the last Blockbuster if it still stays there. Are you really excited for? Let's see. Are you really excited for the new horror movie Knock at the Cabin Door by M. Night Shyamalan? No, the trailer for that one looked really good. I see a $5 super chat here from Tyler. Curious to know how you linked up with Joe Franz and Novak back in the day. Are there any funny memories with them? Do you still keep in touch with Joe? Well, Joe Franz, it was funny, like how everything happened with him. As I remember, I used to have a series that I did on YouTube called Don and Murph. And I also had a website called donandmurph.com. And it was just like a wacky movie review series where we would do parodies, of things. So we would kind of parody the movie at the beginning of like our characters getting like someone from the movie coming to tell us to watch a film and stuff like that. For example, like the character from The Watchmen comes over and tells us to go and watch the movie, and he gives us free tickets, like this weird, wacky stuff. And so I used to do that. And I had the Don and Murph website, and I had an email on there where people could contact me. So I got a random email one day, and it was from Joe Franz, and he basically says, oh hey, I just wanted to reach out to you. My name's Joe Franz. I work with Viva, with Bam Margera, on his show Viva La Bam, and I, helped him with, shooting Haggard and things like that. And basically, he was just kind of telling me about himself and saying he would love to do kind of like a collab video with me. Kind of like would I ever be interested in kind of meeting up and doing like a video blog or kind of anything like that. So that was kind of basically what had happened. So he just contacted me, and from there, I said, "Oh, I'm going to be doing this Don and Murph Dark Knight parody," and that was kind of what had happened. And so from there, I met him. He kind of came over to the house. We did the video blogs, and then from there, he just kind of came over all the time, and that was kind of what had happened. So that was pretty much how I met Joe Franz. I would like to see you get big stars like Jenna Ortega on one of your future films. If we can do these things larger and like things start go, if this project goes really well and can get the limited theatrical, which I want to go for this movie, and the bigger things I'm planning this time around, I don't see it out of the possibility. Like I think the one of the bigger stars I'm going to go for in the future, not for this film, of course, but for one of the ones coming up, is definitely Bella Thorne. That's definitely a goal, is to work with her. I think that's 100% obtainable, and I kind of go for what I know would be obtainable. So I think that Bella Thorne would be somebody that could definitely be obtainable for one of the future ones. For sure. Let's see. Thoughts on Christmas Story. I talked about that a little bit. You really need to see the trailer for the Winnie the Pooh movie. No, I know the guys that made that one. I have a concept for a Winnie the Pooh doll film as well. So maybe at some point I'll do that. I don't know. What are some movies you hope get a 4K release in 2023? I don't know offhand, like what I would like for 4K. I feel like there's just so many stuff still that hasn't had like a DVD release. I will say though, I was so excited that I just got the copy to review of Freeway. and that finally is available on a physical media for like anything above a DVD release. It only ever was on DVD, so now it's finally on 4K. It has the Blu-ray as well in it. But what's so cool about that is it's the uncut version, which has never been released before. So it's so if you guys have seen Freeway with Reese Witherspoon and Kiefer Sutherland, you guys know that's like a very, very like dark, intense movie, like just because of what's going on, and the dialogue is so like uncomfortable. Well, let me tell you, that scene in the car, which was already uncomfortable, just you wait till you guys are a fan of that movie and you see it, like the intenseness of it now, with what Kiefer Sutherland is asking Reese Witherspoon's character, and how like dark and even worse it gets. I mean, like it takes it to a whole other level of just like being so it's the version that was always meant to be seen in that movie. So I'm glad it's finally out. Are you going to review The Whale? I want to see that one for sure. I really enjoyed Amityville Karen. Well, thanks so much, Harrison. I'm glad that you liked it. Let's see. Weirdest or funniest movie theater experience? Well, the weirdest experience is, I remember, I mean, the guy definitely there was something the matter. I don't know what was the matter with the guy, but I do remember this guy was with his mother, and like when we were seeing The Butterfly Effect, I remember the entire time he kept on asking his mother, he's like, is this what college is like, Mom? And then he kept on talking about Josh Ashton Kutcher and kept on saying, Mom, that's what they call a wig. That's an old dusty wig. And he kept on like being obsessed with like saying that like Ashton Kutcher's hair in Butterfly Effect was a wig. And he kept on talking about it. And then he kept on asking throughout all the college scenes if that's what college was like. And I think the other one that I remember for a funny movie experience was when John Waters was sitting behind me, film director John Waters, and there was like an early screening for the movie Disturbia, and I remember I remember this so well, and like he was like watching the movie and he was asking Pat Moran, the casting agent. It's like, she was very famous as well in the John Waters like network, if you guys know John Waters' history. But he was asking questions. He's saying, who is that boy? He's gorgeous. And he was talking about, Shia LaBeouf. So I kind of like throughout the whole movie, I heard him talking about Shia LaBeouf being gorgeous and all these things about Shia LaBeouf. So it's one of those things I always remember. So anytime I think of that movie, I think of like watching it with John Waters commenting on Shia LaBeouf the whole time. So it's one of those things like, you can't remember that movie without that. Let's see. Did you see the trailer for the new Scream 6? No, the one with on the subway. Yeah, that looks cool. Would you ever consider making a non-comedic serious movie? I mean, this new movie is gonna have this when it comes to all of the kills, like the gore and the death scenes and stuff, are gonna be taken deadly serious. So it's gonna kind of have like an aspect where it's serious with that, but then comedic with a lot of the other stuff as well. But no, I at some point I could see myself making something very serious, but I don't know though. It might be a little weird. I don't know. Maybe sometime down the line. That's cool that Dweeble was involved in writing Pay to Die. Yeah, he was so much help on that movie. Been watching since 2015. Big fan. Well, thanks so much for watching so long now. That's cool. Let's see. Merry Christmas. Hope for the HBO Last of Us show. I think I saw the trailer for that. Would you ever make a shark film? I've been in shark movies. I was in that one, Ghost Shark. The problem is I'm so scared of the ocean, like actually going out there, and because of sharks and just in general, I just don't like going deep into the ocean. So I don't physically know how I would ever be able to do it. Like, and I don't know. I would never do any scenes with me having to get in the water. I just couldn't do it. I remember like for Ghost Shark, and it was a lake that we filmed in New Orleans, and it was right before he went into it, the guy who was like the safety person was like, "Now, Sean, just so you know, there are bull sharks in there," and I like panicked, and then I remember like they left me at one point because I couldn't because of how heavy I was, I couldn't pull myself back onto the boat when I fell out in one of the scenes. So I had to stay out there until someone could walk back with me. So I was standing out there for a good 15 minutes, terrified. I was like, so I don't think I could ever physically make a shark movie. I just don't think I could do it because of the fear of the water and everything like that. Um, are we ever going to see Scream Bloody Murders getting ridiculous on the weight? Well, the thing is, I have no control over anything with it. It's sold to Tubi as an original, so we're waiting on the whole thing with all that. But that's all I know. It's going to be a Tubi original, and we're just waiting on the whole thing with that. Hopefully, though, at some point. I'm about as out of the whole loop with that particular one as you guys are, though. Do you ever use hands-free typing app that would help once the app gets used to your voice? Hands-free typing. I've done that sometimes, and a lot of times too. When I talk to people, I send audio messages. Some people are like, "Why are you sending me audio messages?" I'm like, "Well, it's much easier for me to explain things." You know what I mean? How do you feel about people preferring digital streaming over physical media? Well, the thing is with that is a lot of people I think start to like regret it later when they realize that certain things are taken off of streaming. So that's the one thing. Let's see. What do you think of horror movie Kingdom of the Spiders and Tarantulas, The Deadly Cargo? I think I saw Kingdom of Spiders, I believe. I remember liking that one. Ever baked gingerbread men? I don't think I ever have made gingerbread, as far as I know. I made gingerbread houses, but I've never like baked it. Did you ever see the new horror trailer movie Cocaine Bear starring Elizabeth Banks? No, that I'm excited for that because the thing that's kind of cool about that is it's very, very much like the movie that I did, Amityville Bigfoot. When you guys, when I saw that trailer, I'm like, well, I guess I'm doing something okay here because it's Amityville Bigfoot is that same kind of movie. At least I know I made that movie well before that movie. That's the one good thing is they can look at when it was shot and they can't go, "Oh, it's very similar," because I'm like, "Wow, it's very similar." It's like these weird characters saying weird things. When you guys see it, you'll be like, "Okay." I definitely, when it's done, really hope Elizabeth Banks will see Amityville Bigfoot because I think she'll get a kick out of it because if she thinks that kind of humor is funny, she'll be like, okay. But like I said, when you guys see Bigfoot, it's that same thing. Like when I saw that trailer, I'm like, oh my God. Napoleon Dynamite is a Disney movie now since it was produced and distributed in the USA by Fox Searchlight. Oh yeah, I know. Do I look like Anna Nicole Smith? Well, Tanya Peters, I can't see your picture big, so I don't know. I like Home Alone 2 more than 1. I kind of am the same in a weird way. Even though I think Home Alone 1's a better movie, I kind of have more fun watching the second one. I feel like that's like the one I watch more often. Jamie Lee Curtis's character in Christmas of the Cranks looks like she could have be Kevin McAllister's mother from Home Alone. Now I kind of know what you're talking about. Have you seen Fear.com? I haven't watched that movie since it came to theaters, but I remembered liking it though. But I remember when it came out though, people were always talking about it going, ooh, that Fear.com wasn't very good. And I remember it was one of those like first movies I remember like people were really going on and on about it, like not liking it. Let's see. Um, what did you think of a sequel to A Christmas Story? I started watching that with my brother last night, and I did not like it. We kind of turned it off, and then we watched that Reno 911 Christmas movie that they did. Like it was at the mall, and it was so funny because I'm like, man, I figured out exactly where they shot that just by seeing the side of a building. I'm like, oh, I could see the blue, and I'm like, that's by the in the Burbank, not Burbank, it's right near where we shot the Pay to Die movie, but I'm like, oh, the Walmart right over there, and that's the side of the building. There's a mall connected to it, this small little tiny mall, and I'm like, I figured it out by seeing the side. I'm like that, and what's funny is, I was by that area while I was shooting Pay to Die, and I was really pissed off because the Walmart was all roped off and closed. And I'm like, wait a minute. And seeing that Reno 911 movie, the roped off and closed stuff was for Reno 911, the movie, because I saw the same exact thing in the same pattern that I drove by. I'm like, really strange. It's really kind of funny. Let's see. But now I know a mall that I'm going to approach because I really want to do a mall slasher film. I always put that out there, guys. If you guys ever know a mall too, you'd recommend that I could film at, that would be cheap to shoot at, that would not be more than like to shoot the 2 weeks for like 15,000, 20,000 tops to rent a location like that, that we could actively probably afford to do. If it was something that was like 100 grand, it wouldn't be doable. Let's see. What do you think about a sequel to A Christmas Story? I talked about that. Should Glass Onion and Knives Out get a 4K release even though it's Netflix? I don't know if it will or not. I think that one company will probably put it out, a bootleg of it. That Stinky Tuna. What's your favorite Donna Murph? I think the one that I liked the best was probably the Mormon. For some reason, that was the one that I always really liked. Let's see. You kind of thought A Christmas Story was creepy because it starred Kojak the Night Stalker. Maybe that was what it. Maybe it's because he's a little creepy sometimes. Will you ever tell us the Andy Dick on set stories? Well, I mean, the one Andy Dick on set story. I mean, all I can really say is I'm not going. I'm not getting up from this seat till someone gets me another drink. Like that. Well, that's one of them. I watched the movie Hoarders. I watched the let's see. Oh, I see a $5 super chat here from Sean T Dong. So Sean T Dog. So it's SHAWT Dog, and he says, Sean, you're the goat. Well, thanks so much, Sean T Dog. I appreciate that, and thanks so much for the super chat. Let's see. Would you ever sell off your entire movie collection? If so, would you do a set price for it? No, I never would. Let's see, how many movies do you have? By now, I don't even know. It's got to be like 10,000 plus. What are your thoughts on Mutant Hunt and Dream Maniac? Full Moon Entertainment. I think I saw Mutant Hunt. Let's see. Hey Sean, Merry Christmas. Hope you have a good one, and everyone along with everyone else here. Oh, thank you very much, Durant Cinema. Oh yeah, hey Durant Cinema. Have you ever watched Play Misty for Me with Clint Eastwood? Yeah, I like that one. The Midnight Hour. Yeah, that was the one I was forgetting the name of. Hey Coulter, will you ever hire Margot Robbie for one of your movies? I don't think Margot Robbie would want to do the movies. If that was obtainable, I would do that, but I don't think so. Let's see. But if she wanted to be in them, I definitely think Elizabeth Banks though would be in the movies because of the Cocaine Bear movie though. I think she'll would appreciate this humor. So I definitely want her to see what I'm doing for sure. I mean, after seeing that particular trailer, that was like, okay, Elizabeth Banks needs to see the movies. Let's see. It's a Jonathan Brandis films coming soon to Vinegar Syndrome. Um, can't wait for my scenes to pay to die. Oh, hey, Steve. Yes, we're going to be getting all those things very soon. Did you hear the spin-off Crooked Man got canceled before the James Bond no longer directed it? Oh, yeah, they were going to do a Crooked Man movie. I remember that. Hey, Sean, do you speak Russian? No, I can't speak any other languages. I think it's because of my dyslexia and stuff, too. I'm just really bad with that. Did you enjoy Round Table Pizza, Pizza Hut, Domino's, or any of the other chain when you grew up? Well, Round Table Pizza wasn't in Maryland growing up, so the main one that I ate first, I remember eating the most was Pizza Hut, and then I think I used to get like Papa John's a lot, and then later moved into Domino's. And Domino's is like the main one that I would get nowadays if I get like pizza anywhere. But there's a better place though that my parents discovered that's like I kind of like it's kind of in this weird area where it's like all these kind of like weird crew cut kind of boys that are like working this market nearby. So I don't really like going to the area because it's all these like crew cut like boys there. So it's like kind of weird, but it's a really good pizza place. It's like that thin, like I always prefer like that really, really thin type of pizza. Are you excited about John Wick 4? No, I definitely am for that. Have you ever met the movie collector YouTuber Cinema Sickness? I never have. I really hope at some point to get back to the East Coast and like to go out there. I'd love to even shoot something out there. Even do a movie in Maryland would be cool to put something together and like look at kind of what locations you can rent out there. The next one though I'm doing though that I've been mentioning about someone here, the Desert Fiends, that's going to be in Las Vegas. So that's going to be cool. That's going to be the second thing that I've done out there because I helped on Zomghouls, but this one is going to be one that I'm directing. Let's see. I pray you get Bella Thorne. No, that will be the goal for sure in the future for Bella Thorne. There's a lot of people though that I really have specific plans that I really want to aim to get. I even talked to one person already about like a collab movie about two people that have well, it's probably already good. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to ruin anything about that, but just people that have a podcast that are popular. Let's see. Um, have you have you seen a peanut butter solution? Yes, I absolutely love peanut butter solution. That's an amazing movie. Hey, I've just been watching your best 70s, 80s, and 90s horror film videos from 14 years ago. Well, thanks so much for watching those old ones. Do you remember the Wes Craven's movie Chillers? Yeah, that was like the TV one. Do you have a PO box? I don't have a PO box. I at some point I definitely should have that again. But no, I don't currently have one though. Um, let's see. Have ever built a snowman? I think I did in Maryland. Or at least I tried to. I think if I ever made it, it was usually like very small, like a like a tiny sized snowman. Has the DVD of Amityville Karen got English subtitles like the Blu-ray? I don't want to lie to you. I don't know for sure. Um, I would guess that it does, but I don't want to say something wrong on that though. So I don't know. for sure. If anybody has the DVD though for Amityville Karen, let me know, or you put in the comment, guys, if it has English subtitles on there. Is this what college is like, Mom? Someone should have stood up and said, shouted, Mom, your mom goes to college. I know. What did you think of, what did you get for Christmas today, Sean? Not too much stuff, some gift cards and stuff like that. I feel like I'm always just getting stuff throughout the year. So it's like people don't really know what to get me gift wise, because it's like I'm always kind of getting stuff myself. That's the problem. Um, let's see. Do you think the TV show Beyond Belief or Fiction? I don't think I ever watched that one. Deadpool fanatic, watch your movie Amityville Karen, pretty good movie. Well, thanks so much. I'm glad you guys have been enjoying the movie though. So thanks so much for checking that one out. Will Amityville Karen get sold to the Dollar Tree? I don't think so, because they didn't carry it at Walmart. That's the problem. Is Walmart is not carrying as much of the smaller stuff like through SRS and Wild Eye and stuff like that. So the thing is though, I'm not actively aiming for smaller companies anymore with these projects. So I mean, I'm aiming honestly for everything I'm doing for Vertical Entertainment, Lionsgate, which I can say Lionsgate, that's not difficult for me at the moment because of one movie. And the other one is Gravitas Ventures. There's a lot of ones I really am like looking forward to, like the larger ones, because I really want all the stuff that I'm doing to get onto video on demand, to get like I have much bigger plans for these movies, so you guys can really see them, so they really get out there, and especially international. That's the big goal too, is getting like them to release in the UK for companies that I've seen that are really good. Like I think Signature Entertainment is a good company in the UK that does a lot of horror films. So believe me, I'll probably even ask you guys when I start getting to more of the distribution stages for some of these ones that I'm really handling, like, Pay to Die and stuff like that, like suggestions for companies to send to in, the UK or in Germany that you would recommend, that you think would like to, distribute the films. And I've already been like, messaging a couple Australian companies. I don't know, just trying to kind of get the word out about the projects. The good thing is, because of the actors that we've been able to get in the films, like we had Robert Carradine in the last movie and stuff like that, a lot of distributors are coming to us already wanting the film sight on scene, which is really, really cool that's been happening. Let's see. Face Off is coming to 4K. Oh yeah, I saw that was releasing. I always liked that movie. Let's see. Freeway 2. Freeway is a great one. Only had the old DVD. No, it's a great movie. Really great movie. American Bastard and Soul Train is great music. Older TV show that my childhood shows. What do you think of the Halloween Ends movie? I just got a copy of that one to review, so I'm going to watch that one tonight. I know that a lot of people have been saying negative things about it. Like, I know Wet Movie really disliked it, but I've had a lot of people telling me they really disliked it. So we'll see. The thing is with me, sometimes when people like really dislike something, I end up liking it for some strange reason. So knowing me, I'll probably end up loving it. I don't know, or I might like despise it. It seems like it's like a split with that movie, that like a lot, and it's sort of the same thing that happened with the Halloween 3 originally, which was Season of the Witch. It's almost like the third movie in the series always does something strange and goes in a strange direction, and then it kind of like chaps people's arses. And like, I feel like Rob Zombie's, if Rob Zombie got to do a third one, it probably would have done the same thing and done something strange and chapped everyone's arses. I would not have doubted that. Let's see. What actress that are alive would you love to work with? I think Aubrey Plaza is somebody who I would love to work with, and I really want to have Lorelai Linkletter and Aubrey Plaza play sisters, because they look so similar. They look like they're related, and I even talked to Lorelai about it. I'm like, I need to make that happen. I think that would be great with them together. So that's kind of the one thing I would love to do. But Aubrey Plaza definitely would be like a number one. I think John C. Reilly, and then I think also John Leguizamo. I was really thinking about it lately. I was even talking to my brother. Like, John Leguizamo would be an absolute dream, because I find him so talented and have been a fan of him forever, and love so many things that he's done. I mean, like, so to me, I think Leguizamo would be an absolute dream to make something where it was him in a different kind of a role in a main character, and like really featuring him, because I've seen him play like bad guys in different parts that you don't see too often, and I think he's really good playing bad too. Or a kind of character where you think maybe he can play like a swapping kind of character. You think he starts off as good and then becomes terrible by the end of it. You find out his true nature. Let's see. What do you think of Violent Night? I really like that. Sean, what is your favorite David Lynch flick? Personally, mine is Blue Velvet. I think Blue Velvet, but I also really like Wild at Heart a lot. So I think Wild at Heart because I really liked, um, you know, William Defoe's character in that. Let's see. What do you think of? I talked about that. Are you really excited about the new horror movie Missing? Its sequel to Searching. Oh yeah, that Missing. So I guess it's considered a sequel to it. So, but I saw the trailer for that. It actually looked really good. It's one of those things too, where it kind of like started off in kind of like a funny way, and then like went another way. Like it was from the trailer. Like it sort of started off like it was going to be kind of goofy, and kind of like this kind of like a Project X movie, and then it was like, wait a minute, that's not what it is at all. So that was kind of cool. Let's see. What do you think of Halloween Ends? I talked about that. I just watched Black Christmas from the early 2000s. I guess it was a remake. Oh, that's the one with Michelle Trachtenberg, or I don't always say her name wrong, but Harriet the Spy, and she's in Buffy. I never watched Buffy, so I always think of her as Harriet the Spy. Let's see. And I'll be on here, guys, for probably like an hour and a half or so. Let's see. What are your thoughts on the horror movie Gathering with Christina Ricci? Yeah, that's one of those movies that I don't think anyone's ever asked me about that film. And I remember watching that when it came out on DVD, and I've never watched it again. So it's a little bit like that movie with Mishka Barton, Walled In. Like I watched it when it came out, I never watched it again. And I remember kind of liking it from what I can remember, but I never looked at it again. So that's all I can kind of say. I don't remember disliking it though. Uh, do you think the horror movie Pray with the Devil? I was watching. I thought that was okay. I didn't love Pray with the Devil though. Really hoping my scene makes it into Woods Witch. I'm sure everything should, Steve, because everything got to the editor for that one. Let's see. But no, the Woods Witch is really funny. Like I saw there's a little bit of stuff that has to be trimmed down on it, but Woods Witch is really funny. Like I'm really happy with that. And I've seen the first 30 minutes of Mistletoe Massacre, and everything for that is really good as well. So I'm really excited. Everything's really coming together on the cuts of the films and stuff like that too. Let's see. You feeling excited about the new movie Shotgun Wedding starring Jennifer Lopez? I don't think I saw that one yet. How's things been, Sean? Hope you're having a Merry Christmas. Oh, things have been really good. The man, the myth, the legend. Well, thanks, Big Bob. But whoever that was that gave a thumbs down to the gay flag, though, I'm sorry, you have to remove that on here. We don't, and I'm hide this user on the channel. We don't put that kind of stuff on here. I'm sorry. So don't put that stuff on this channel. Why didn't you like the Christmas Story sequel? I don't know. It just seemed cheap to me for some reason. I don't know what was going on, but it was just like, it was seeming like this, like a TV show or something. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what was going on. What are your thoughts on Enemy Territory and Princess Academy? I don't know either of those ones. Let's see. Could probably get Aubrey Plaza in a movie. She was in Jim Hoskins' movie. That's the thing. She has a strange sense of humor. So she's definitely obtainable for sure. I think, but the thing is, though, with Jim Hoskins, though, had, at least for that movie, I bet $500,000 to $1 million, maybe $2 million to do that movie. I don't know though. I really don't know what he had to work with, but his humor is the good thing that it's about Jim Hoskins' humor though, is my humor was like that weirdo humor before I ever saw Greasy Strangler. So it's like, if you guys saw my early Donna Murphy and stuff, that's why when I saw Greasy Strangler, it was almost like I directed that movie in an alternate dimension or something because of the strange humor. I never had seen something that was my odd thoughts on things besides seeing that movie. So it kind of like opened my eyes to, you can actually do this stuff in mainstream, and what you're thinking you can do, and it's fine. Let's see. Thoughts on the rumors of Kevin Smith directing a sequel, apparently making a Tusk and Red Dawn sequel. No, you mean not Red? Is it Red Dawn or no Red State? I think you mean. I did hear Red State. I didn't hear anything though about Tusk though. I know for sure though, but I did hear though that Lionsgate gave Kevin Smith like basically a blank check for anytime he wants to do something. They'll just give him like a couple $1 million to do it. And I know Kevin Smith also He does some stuff with crowdfunding as well. So I don't know. We're not going to know who, but there are people that are paying to be in his movie. So there's like, that pay for perks and stuff to be in them. I don't know. I don't know who though, but I know there is some of that crowdfunding in Kevin Smith movies, which is like a thing you probably don't even know. Let's see. Hello, Sean and everybody. Would you put MJ Kelly in one of your movies? No, if I could find where MJ was, in a heartbeat. I don't know. I don't know where he is. It's like a weird thing when somebody can go so MIA. It is so strange though, because it's like the idea of not having any online presence at all is just like, wow. Let's see. Ever watch Night of the Roxbury? Well, when it comes to Night of the Roxbury, I don't think I talked about this until now. I mean, you guys would not even believe how close I was with getting Chris Kattan and Pay to Die. I mean, like, oh my God, it was a back and forth with his manager, and they were sending offers back and forth, and it was like so close. I mean, to having Kattan being in the movie as a big part of the thing, and I do really wish it would happen. It happened. So just so you guys know that it's definitely my goal in the future to get Kattan in something, because I really, really, really wanted him so much in Pay to Die. But we ended up getting Robert Carradine, which I was so excited about. But it was this weird thing. It was like I always think of Pay to Die as the movie that almost had Chris Kattan. But I'm a huge fan of Chris Kattan, so I really was trying. What do you do with the money you make from the film? Well, basically everything goes back into the projects, and the other things that I had done before have been projects that I had done for somebody else, so I wasn't getting anything to do with that. But when it comes to getting profits for a film, I will for Pay to Die, and then for the new film. So that'll be the first time where I have like ownership into the project and stuff like that. Let's see. But if I get anything for it, probably we'll go and like fix things in the house for the sales and stuff like that, and then pay back, pay any bills and stuff like that that are like, crucial bills and stuff like that, and put the rest of it into one of the next projects. That's because that's the way I am. Is like, the way I am is like anything that I end up raising on the campaign, I don't pay myself or anything like that. I just want to put everything into the movie. I'm like, no. I'm like, I would rather put like another $3,000 into getting another celebrity in the film, put another $3,000 into, renting the lenses or renting more lenses or, renting another type of equipment. That's kind of the way I always see it, is like, I want it all to go into the movie to make the movie as good as I can do it, at least, with what I have to work with. Let's see. Hey, Sean, Merry Christmas. This Steve, not Kathy, love the channel. Movies made you made a movie called Scream Bloody Murder, look very good. Have you seen Evil Christmas? Evil Christmas? I don't know if I've seen one called Evil Christmas. I've seen Black Christmas though, and there's another one that's like a similar type name to that one. Let's see. How did you get into the film industry? Well, I've been doing, online kind of content since 2004. And then I started posting on YouTube, I think in like 2006, 2007. And I started doing DVD and Blu-ray reviews on there. And I still do that to this day. And basically though, this producer saw my content that I was doing the reviews. And he's like, I'm putting together a film called Saw the Sasquatch. He's like, I would love to get you involved in the film, get you some scenes and stuff like that. Would you be interested in coming out to be in the film? So basically, I ended up, getting involved that way. And so that basically from that was the first credit that I got. And then he also said, well, we also have a project called Banshee, and we really want to extend the ending and add this ending to it. Would you be able to come out and do that as well? So basically, I ended up getting those two credits, Saw the Sasquatch and Banshee. And that was in, I think, 2008. So November 2008 was when I filmed the Saw Sasquatch movie. And then March of 2008 was when I did Banshee. And basically, once I got those two credits from there, I never stopped doing things. But before all that, though, I was always doing shorts, and I was doing little skits and things like that ever since I was in the 7th grade and everything like that. So I've always been doing things like that. But then I kind of started doing the Donna Murph web series, and then when I moved out here, I kind of like stopped doing as much when it came to putting together shorts, and I did them sporadically and was doing more acting. But I'm really glad now to be getting back into, and no, not getting back because of what I'm doing now. The size of some of these things is back, but I'm glad to be back doing what I should have been doing from the beginning, which was the directing, and then acting in my own stuff, because that's what I was really having the most fun doing. So I'm really glad to finally, be doing what I really, really should have been doing for since the beginning. Let's see. Uh, um, Thoughts on Shazam 2, Furry, The God's Trail. I haven't seen now. Did I see the trailer for Shazam 2? I think I did. I think it looked okay. I like the first Shazam a lot, though. Leeds Film Fest had the premiere of The Witch and Train to Busan. Oh, that's really cool. That's so cool that you got to go to those the screenings for those ones. Thoughts on Emily the Criminal with Aubrey Plaza? Yeah, my parents watched that and said it was really good. I need to watch that one still. Let's see. See, where's the question? Michelle Trondheim was also in Adventures in Pete and Pete. Yeah, yes, she was in Pete and Pete as well. Let's see. And there's a few super chats here. I see Michael Entity gave a $2 super chat. Thanks so much, Michael, for the $2 super chat. And he says, have you ever seen 8mm with Nicolas Cage? I have seen that movie. I think there's a review of it, I believe, when the Blu-ray came out from Scream Factory, but I like that movie a lot. That's a very, like, I like those kind of like dark, kind of like bad character kind of films when you're like, yeah, I don't know, that was like a really dark movie, and a great performance from Nicolas Cage, and Joaquin Phoenix was amazing in the movie. It's one of those movies too where everything just kept going worse and worse and worse, but it was a great movie though. Really liked that one a lot. How many movies will you watch tonight? Tonight, probably just the Halloween Kills. I just watched Unspeakable Horror Movie with Jeff Fahey. Unspeakable? I need to look at that one. I see a $2 super chat here from Kathy Zamora. Thanks so much, Kathy. And I think it was actually, yeah, but it was actually from Steve. But because the super chat is actually from Steve. So thanks so much, Steve, for the $2 super chat on here. Let's see. I won't answer that about Eric. Let's see. Hey, Big S, have you ever seen a film called Adam Chaplin? If not, please try and catch it at some point. It's low budget horror. You will not regret it. Adam Chaplin? I don't think I've seen that one. Have you seen Better Watch Out? I have seen that one. I really like that one. It's like a Home Alone style horror film. What are your thoughts on Run, Sweetheart, Run movie Blumhouse on Amazon Prime? I finally saw that movie on Amazon Prime, and it's supposed to come out in 2020, but got delayed. I think I heard of that one. I have not watched that one yet, though. I did see too, because I'm shooting out in Vegas, so I was thinking about the idea of like, what would it be like to get a scene in a casino? I'm like, I don't think it's obtainable, but I saw that Blumhouse is making a film in one of those abandoned casinos on the way to Vegas. I don't know if it's I think it's the Buffalo Bills one. I don't know for sure, but either they're doing it or they've already done it in there. Let's see. Merry Christmas. I love your videos for years. You remind me of John Candy. Well, thanks so much. That was the most surreal thing to have happen to me, was when I was at this acting class years ago in like 2007. And the one special guest that came in was the woman who played the mother in Uncle Buck. And I was talking to her at the end and just saying how I was just like in awe that she got to work with John Candy, and I was so jealous, and just asked her questions about John Candy. And she was like, oh, I have to tell you, you remind me very much of John Candy. You have a very similar way of talking. And it was just kind of funny, like, to have someone that directly had worked with John Candy saying that to me. It was just a very, very, very surreal thing. And there was also so many people there were not even like, impressed that she was in that movie. And me, I couldn't. A lot of people were more impressed that she was in Sopranos. But I was like, I wasn't worried about that. I was worried about Uncle Buck. Let's see. Do you remember the TV show Bear in the Big Blue House? I think I saw that. I never really watched that, but I do remember like seeing the ads for that one. Thoughts on Howard the Duck? I like that movie. As a kid, I used to watch it a lot too. What are your thoughts on Prozac Nation with Christina Ricci? That was one of those movies that when that was first coming out, there was basically two reasons everybody was talking about that movie, if you guys remember, because it was the first time that she had ever done topless. So I remember and it was right before she had the breast augmentation reduction. So it was a big deal at the time. So I feel like that movie was so overshadowed by the fact that Christina Ricci was going topless in that because she had a no nudity clause. And I remember, I know entirely too much about Christina Ricci, I think, but I remember that very well. The whole thing, she was never going to do nudity, and then she did it for that movie because it was before she was going to have the breast reduction. But then she did it then she did topless again when she didn't care anymore. When she did that After Death movie with Liam Neeson, and then especially didn't care anymore at all with Black Snake Moan. Then she was just topless the whole time. But it was just kind of funny the how it all kind of went down. But Perfect Stagnation, though, was a sad movie though. Let's see. Um, you're you always talk about what's your favorite. You always talk about horror. But what's your favorite musical? Don't say you don't have one. Even if you hate them, there's one that you got songs from. Like favorite musicals. Like if I was going to say favorite musical, I know you could say Wizard of Oz, but I know, like, I'm trying to think of what else that I watched that's musical wise that I can think of offhand. I don't know. Like, would I say Zoobly Zoo? And that's not a movie though. I have to think about that. I definitely will have to think about that. Have you seen Happy Birthday to Me? I love that movie. Have your cake and eat it too. How's the song go? It's like it's the same kind of piano beat from Motel Hell, and they put music over it. Let's see. Do you think horror movie My Best Friend's Exorcism on Amazon Prime? I have not watched that one yet. Um, do you mean Christmas Evil? Christmas Evil, yes, Christmas Evil. I think that's might have been what he meant. Let's see. Ariel Karen DVD. Are there English subtitles on it? Nobody has it. Do you think I talked about that? Have you seen Uncharted? I've not. I don't think I watched that yet. Thoughts on the lives? Thanks for the live stream, Sean. It's been fun. Well, thanks so much, Chester, for checking it out. Did you watch Sam Raimi crime movie? Was that one the? I've never watched that crime movie. I know I've heard really good things about it though. Do you remember Red River that you were in back in 2011? Yes, I actually shot something for the director's newest film, like a fun little vlog thing. He originally wanted me to do something different, but it was too complicated for me to put the whole thing together. But I did shoot something for that one, though. Let's see. Um, have you seen Hot Seat? I really liked it. Oh, Hot Seat. Yeah, I did see that one. What's your favorite video you have posted on YouTube? Favorite video on YouTube? Like forever? I don't know. Like maybe like I don't know. Maybe some of the Comic Con tour videos I really like. So I was just really happy with how they turned out, and that so many people were watching those. So I always am happy about those. Because it's just weird how I became like for San Diego Comic Con, like the person to do those kind of videos. Let's see. Thoughts on Bloody Malroy? Bloody Malroy? I don't think I've seen that one. Have you seen a British horror film called Inbred? My friend was in it. It's on Amazon Prime. I actually love Inbred. That's so cool. Your friend was in it. Who is your friend in that? Let me know though. But no, I love Inbred. That's a strange movie. But no, I always like every time I think of Yorkshire, because I think some of it was shot there. I think of that movie. What's your opinion on the Megan trailer? Have you seen the film? I definitely want to see it. The trailer looks really good for it, though. Merry Christmas, Sean, to you and your family. Well, thanks so much, Bubble Balls. What's your thoughts on horror movie Mr. Harrigan's Phone, Blumhouse on Netflix? I've not watched that one yet. What do you think of Caroline and Paranorman in 4K? Those are great ones. I really like those movies a lot. I think out of both of them, though, I think Paranorman I like a little bit more, though. Have you watched The Loved Ones? Loved One, yeah, I have seen that one about the girl torturing that guy. That's a great movie. What movie? What movie make you boring? Here's another movie. I'll tell you. I don't know what you're saying. Adam Chaplin 2 due out next year. Have you ever been watching Rosalind with Catelyn? Rosalind with Catelyn Daver? No, I've not seen that one. Rent's a good musical. No, Rent, I do like Rent. I did see that one a lot. Thoughts on that 90s show? I've not watched that 90s show. Are you excited for Megan and Insidious 5? I didn't know they were making an Insidious 5 for some reason. I am excited for Megan, though. What Halloween franchise movie did you like? Out of all the Halloween, ones in recent years, I still really like Rob Zombie's ones. I mean, I know that there's people that don't like them. I like the way Rob Zombie films and the way he makes stuff. I like his style, the gritty kind of dark. I mean, if you look at like Terrifier 2, I mean, Terrifier and those movies are inspired by Rob Zombie so much with the way that stuff is shot, and especially with Devil's Rejects, I think. the way the camera, they were treating the image of Terrifier a little bit too by adding film grain to it and stuff too. So I like that kind of, style and everything. Let's see. CGI blood, is it cheaper to do? Ruins the movie when I see it used. Here's the thing with CGI blood. A lot of the time, you know why it's there, honestly, and no one will tell you this unless they're a filmmaker and know, is that the damn locations. So often these damn locations that you're shooting at will not, under any circumstance, let you get blood there. I mean, they will not. For Scream Bloody Murder, where we were shooting for the jail stuff, no blood. They were watching us like a hawk. So if you notice in a lot of movies, what they do is they have to, they can get blood on someone's face, like spit it on their mouth. They can do small things. And then a lot of times what you have to do is you have to pick up the kill for these things somewhere else. So you have to match the floor of the place and build it in a set somewhere else and do the blood. So that's why a lot of times these movies have the CGI blood, is that the locations won't allow it. So like if they're shooting at a bar, the bar says no blood. So then they have to digitally add it in. So that's the biggest pain in the ass. You're better for some of these things, either building a set fully or renting a location that is going to be destroyed. Like if it's like a old, like if it needs to be in a like a convenience store, if you know that convenience store is going to be remodeled and they're going to gut the whole place, then you know what I mean? Stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff. But that's the reason why a lot of times that happens, is because, because of the locations with the blood issues and not letting them do it. It is a lot of times too, they're trying to rush it or do things quicker, but a lot of times it's surprisingly the locations. Have you ever shot a movie on the Arri Alexa? Yeah, that we use the Pay to Die we filmed with the Arri Alexa camera. So that was intimidating, because like I was even talking to one of my director friends who's does bigger things and stuff about it. I was just saying how it was really surreal to me, because I haven't even as an actor been on a movie, been in a set that we're using that camera. Like that was like never. So I never thought that I'd get to be using a camera like that in like a million years. The next movie, I know we're going to shoot that on the Red. Let's see, Sean, did you see the horror movie No Exit? No Exit? I think I saw that one. I'm a big Donna Murphy fan. Now, that's somebody with a fake MJ Kelly page. My favorite musical is Poltergeist and the Chicken Dead. Oh, yeah, that is a musical. You're right about that. Have you seen The Paper Brigade with the actor that was in Freddy Krueger? I think I did see that with I think the other kid in there was from Troll 2, I believe. What's your thoughts on Crystal Explains It All? I like that show. Have you seen Wife Alike? I don't know that one. Have you ever signed autographs at conventions? Actually, yeah. Like people every so often bring like DVDs and stuff for me to sign and stuff like that. So yeah, that does happen. But more or less, it's usually just pictures, and it the most places where I would meet people that know what I do is usually the horror conventions. I remember it just at Monsterpalooza, the last one. I was only there for like an hour and a half or so, and there was like a dozen plus people that came up to me. So it's a lot of people. It's really cool though to get to meet the people that have been watching stuff for years. And what's cool now too is a lot of you guys come aboard the projects, the films that I'm making and directing, and you guys come aboard as producers and get perks on the Indiegogo campaign to help the film, or video reactions, or newscaster roles, or you come in person. And it's really cool as well too to meet you guys that have come up to me at conventions now, are saying, oh, I got a associate producer credit on your last movie, or oh, I got a special thanks, or I got a video blog role. And I don't know, that's just really cool. And it's just so cool you guys are so supportive of everything that I do, because the only reason I'm able to make these films and be able to do what I really love doing in my life is because of you guys. So I just wanted to say, guys, I really do appreciate all the support though on the film. So thanks again though for, always being so supportive on, what I'm doing and all that kind of stuff. I see in your video, Sean, you have UFF Halloween special. Where did you find it? I love that movie. Well, I'm actually in that movie, the UNF Halloween one. That's why I have that there. But yeah, I'm in that one. If you watch the movie when there's the commercial for the dog store, like the pet store, that's my voice in that one. You excited for Cocaine Bear? I am, because it feels so much like Bigfoot, David. It's like something like I was like, did I direct that one? It just felt so similar. I'm like, I don't know. Could Bigfoot have like a play in a theater after seeing that? I don't know. But no, but David Perry though is awesome. David has been in the films that I've done, and he's been a producer and really, really cool guy and really fun to work with. And hopefully, David can come out for the next project. Let's see. Are you excited for Evil Dead Rises? Evil Dead Rises. No, I'm definitely looking forward to that one. I thought Ring of Powers on Amazon was amazing. They need more representation in shows and movies. That's really important thing. I need to look up that one. Yes, I'm from Yorkshire. Regarding inbred, my friend is called Neil Leaper. He played the guy who raped some of the carrot. Yeah, I know. Oh, that's funny. That's crazy. Um, do you like Killer Party from 2000 from 1986? That's a great movie. It has a really good song too. Are you interested in marriage? I don't think so. I'm not somebody that really has like an interest in getting married. You know what I mean? Like I've already had so many weird things with everything else as it is. But dating things, yes, but it's like there's lots of problems with all of that. So so yes, but definitely I'm not interested in like, going out with somebody and stuff like that. So we'll see. I always kind of find out later too that I messed up with somebody or one reason or another didn't go out with somebody because of I don't know. It's been a lot of things in the last while that I'm like should have done and I didn't and stuff. Let's see. Do you watch RRR in Netflix? I don't know what that is. RRR. I worked on a film where they use Panavision. Have you ever? You have to have a degree to even touch that thing. No, I know. Like the DP on Pay to Die, he was able to like kind of rent some special lenses and stuff like that because he was at AF from AFI. So he had like access to stuff like that too. So that was really cool. Let's see. I make sure I don't miss any of these ones. So let's see. Like I said, I'll probably be on here for maybe like 15, 20 more minutes or so, guys. So guys, definitely get in all of the last minute questions you guys have, and like I said, feel free to ask anything you guys would like, and we also do have super chat on here as well, so you guys can ask anything super chat related as well if you would like to on here. So let's see. Um, do you? I talked about that one. Have you seen Roll Deal from 1986 with Arnold Schwarzenegger? What's funny is Roll Deal. I can't for the life of me remember if I've seen that one. I think that might have been one of the few ones of his that I have not seen. I think so. Let's see. What's one Marvel movie is the most overrated thing of all time? Like overrated Marvel movie? I don't know. Like what's the most overrated of all of them that I can say I've seen recently? I think that I remember when I first saw people talking about the first Thor movie. I remember like watching it and I really didn't like it. But then I liked the other Thors a lot. But for some reason that one I felt like people were all talking about it and I didn't like it whatsoever. For some reason, I don't know why. It had this like I felt like Thor, like the character got fleshed out better in the other ones. And it had this like sort of cheaperness to it. And I don't know how to explain it. It was like really weird. And it might have been because I watched it for the first time on an airplane and I was kind of stressed or something. And maybe that was why I didn't like it as much. I don't know. Let's see. You are a hero to your viewers. Don't feel any less when you have dark times. You have our support. Well, thanks so much. No, I think everybody kind of has like ups and downs and stuff like that too. And it's like I think that's just kind of like the norm. And with especially with doing the stuff that I do, you definitely have like times of up and down with all that kind of stuff for sure. Let's see. What I didn't even know. Now I'm going to have to watch UFS Halloween again. Yeah. So if you when you watch that, when you see the pet store and it says like I think I say like I know I like bark or say something like that. That was the one. Let's see. What actor would play you in a biopic? Well, I know who can kind of play and act like me very well is Jeff Richards from SNL because in Pay to Die, he's supposed to kind of be playing me, and he was basically mimicking my voice and my way of acting very well. So Jeff Richards honestly could play me. He's older than me though, so that's the only thing. So he could play like me now in a biopic type thing. But I don't know who could play like the younger me. Maybe like that kid from It, maybe or something like that. I don't know. I don't know who could play like a younger me for like a biopic. Let's see. Let's see. First confirmed guest for next November is Chris Sheridan. Oh, from was he from Fright Night and a bunch of stuff. That's awesome though. Do you have any more projects planned with Eric Roberts and Tom Sizemore? Well, I did send an offer to Eric for the new film, so we'll see if that works out or not. I on the new project though. I can announce though, Robert Lasardo from Human Centipede 3 and The Mule. He's going to be in the film along with Lean Dietz. So I'm really excited to work with her. This will be the first time I get to work with her. And she's from The Exorcist. And she's also in a movie that I really liked, which is a strange high art film called Assholes, which a lot of people have not seen, but it's a total art film, very strange. But I was a big fan of her from that movie too. Let's see. Do you still I talked about that. Funniest movie you saw in theaters? The funniest movie in theaters, probably I remember like laughing the most like ever in my entire life, probably to Borat back in the day. Like I remember laughing at that more than anything. Like that was back in the day when I first saw that. Do you, and when it comes to Tom Sizemore, I did reach out to him as well for the new one, so we'll see if he comes aboard that one too. I have another person that I'm talking to for the new one. There's also a lot of other people. One person, I don't want to say, I don't want to jinx things because I feel like if I don't know. It's not smart to talk about things until things are signed. I don't think. Let's see though. But I will tell you though, location wise, there's gonna be some cool locations in this new one though. Sasha Grey should be one of your movies. No, I'd love to work with Sasha Grey. I think she would. I don't know if she would do them or not. I don't know if she's doing as much acting anymore, but she would be really cool to work with though. What was the last movie you do? Let's see. Have you seen Johnny Manic with Keanu Reeves? I saw that years ago on HBO. Not enough gore and death and Halloween ends. Sean, please feel free to ask me a question and go. So Blair Hathaway wants us to ask him a question. So guys, you can ask a question for Blair Hathaway. I guess Blair, I could ask you, what's your favorite movie? That's such like a common thing to say. I guess I could say, Blair, how did you discover my videos? I guess I could ask you that. What's your honest opinion on Ghostbusters Afterlife? I liked it. I didn't absolutely love it though. It's definitely worth seeing though. Where can I buy Amityville Karen? I see DVDs on eBay, but I'm not sure even if the money supports you and the crew. Well, yeah, the money doesn't go to me for Karen, but if you want to get it though, you can get it on Amazon. I know the DVD's on there, and then the Blu-ray you can get from SRS Cinema's website. But if you just want to see it first without buying it, you can watch it for free though on Vudu, with has ads though, or on Tubi, which is so funny too. I saw originally when Karen went on Tubi, it said TV-14, and then I saw that, I'm like, oh man, they only rated it TV-14. I'm like, I thought this would have been at least TVMA. I mean, because I thought there was a lot of bad language in it. There was a topless scene in it. There was some gore in it. So I'm like, well, why is this TV-14? I'm like, I need to try harder next time. And then I saw a couple days later, it all of a sudden was changed to TVMA. So I'm like, okay, phew. So it's kind of funny. Some people wouldn't say phew to that, but me, I was like, phew, because I did not think it was a TV-14 movie. I'm like, no, this is like an R-rated movie. Let's see. Let's see. I hear most of the old crew is coming back for Desert Fiends. I'll see if I can join you all. Thanks so much, David. Yeah, everyone's going to be back, for this one. So really, really excited for the Desert Fiends, and it's been like a dream to do this kind of a movie. So I'm really happy to get to do this one. Let's see. What's your favorite Friday the 13th movie? I tried to see Jason Goes to Hell, but the good gore got cut out on Tubi. Still love Tubi. Yeah, they must have had the censored cut of the movie, or the theatrical one on there. My favorite one is probably the Takes Manhattan. For some reason, I like that when he gets to the city for some reason. And then the one with Crispin Glover, the final chapter. It would be cool if you could get a main actor from Human Centipede 2 in a movie. Oh yeah, the main guy. I definitely could get him. I don't think he's in America anymore. There was a period of time when he was out here, but I definitely could. It would I would only want to fly him in though if it was really, really the right role for him. Like there's certain actors that you wouldn't want to, you know, do the investment into somebody unless you were really giving them something really good to do. And that's what I'm always trying to do is I like to make sure that anyone that I'm getting that's going to be a name actor, that I'm really making sure we have something really cool for them to do. And it's like going to be worth their time. And, you know, I don't know. I just really, really careful about all that stuff. Let's see. Have you seen Anna and the Apocalypse? Yeah, that was a great movie. Really like that one. I'm your biggest fan. Well, thanks so much. Be cool. Are you excited about Brokeback Mountain 2? Brokeback Mountain 2? I didn't hear anything about that. Did you like the Mothman Prophecies? I haven't watched that in years, but I remember liking that. I did kind of like the other one that came out around the same time a bit more, that one called Dragonfly. Even though I thought it was kind of scary a little bit for some reason, I did like that one a lot, though. Let's see, Sasha Grey, hell yeah. Yeah, she would be really cool to try and get. I might try. I did reach out, though, to, you know, I reached out to a lot of interesting people on these. Like the one actor that I reached out to for one of the films, and I wish I would have gotten him because he passed away, was Coolio. And I was talking to his manager, and I don't remember what happened. And then like there's all these people, there's some people you reach out to and you're just like, no, I can't. The rate is too expensive. Like I'm not going to say how much, but I reached out to Flavor Flav and I was like, really wanted Flavor Flav, but I'm like, no, I can't. It's just too much. It's too much. But he'd be really cool to get. But it's just like, if I had somebody that came to me and said, Sean, I'm a huge fan of Flavor Flav. I'm going to fund his entire amount. I'd be like, okay. But otherwise, it's just too much for some people. You know what I mean? Like, I really want to try and get Weird Al too. And I talked to his people for the last movie and I gave an amount and they said that's doable, but he's going on tour. So who knows? Maybe Weird Al could be in the future of these films. That's definitely a dream. Him and Carrot Top are two dreams to get that I just feel like would work in the universe, especially Carrot Top. I think Carrot Top would love these kind of movies because it's got a lot of sight gags too, which would fit to his humor. Let's see. What's your favorite John Carpenter movie? Probably, I would say They Live. Did you see the new Whitney Houston movie? I have not seen that one yet. I discovered you back in 2009 with Donna and Murphy. Thanks so much, Blair. I appreciate you. We're watching for so long now. Night, my guy. I love catching your lives and bending your brain a bit. Keep creating. Karen was so good. Been following you for over a decade now, and seeing your career excel is beautiful to watch. Well, thanks so much, Mel. I really appreciate that so much. Let's see. Favorite Indian movie tell? I don't know what that is. Sean, now that you are making films, will you get your own apartment? I don't think so. I'm actually helping my parents with a lot of things nowadays, to be honest with you guys. So, and also it's too expensive with what I'm doing. I also have a lot of like kind of mental, emotionally things. I don't think I'd be very good by myself. I really don't. I'm not planning for that right now. Let's see. Do you believe that God exists? I mean, like, who knows? You like to hope that there's something out there. Hey, Sean, have you met Lloyd Kaufman? Trauma many times. Cool. Yeah, no, I've met Lloyd Kaufman a lot. Lloyd Kaufman's awesome. What's the best and worst movie you saw with your family in theaters? The best movie I saw with my family in theaters that I can think of when we all saw it together, at least in the last long while. I remember we saw Django Unchained together, and that was a movie that I really liked a lot. And we all liked that. I remember seeing that film. And then like the worst movie we all saw together, I don't remember. Like that's hard to say. Like the worst, I don't know. Let's see. These 6 films that you have in post, are they all releasing next year? Next year for sure. It will be Shark House, and then Woods Witch. I think all of them will. As far as I know, that should be the plan. Let's see. But it all depends on the distributors, because you have to realize there's a lot of other factors with all these movies. Because if I was taking these movies and putting them out myself, and then like, you know, burning Blu-rays and then like doing all that stuff, but I'm not like everything that I'm doing is being made for the international market. So it's like these things can be sold in America, they can be sold internationally, they can take the audio and dub it over in other languages, you know, stuff like that. So they're a different entity than just me making like a YouTube thing. So you never know how long the processes can take, because they have to go through quality control. They have to check all the audio and all these steps and stuff like that. So it's not something that you can just get them out, right away. And then like the distributor can sit on things for months and months and months, and they could be like, well, it would make this movie's kind of like Scream. It's better to put this movie out when the Scream comes out, and that's my suspicion for the first Cheer Bloody Murder. We'll see. We'll see if that's what Tubi does. Let's see. Merry Christmas. Thanks so much, Neil. Merry Christmas to you as well. I'm gonna watch Dragonfly after this. I really like that movie. It's one of those Kevin Costner movies that they kind of came and went. Hardly anybody saw it, but it was really good though. Let's see, Sean, have you seen the horror film Stalking OG Pizzle Wet Part One? I don't know that one. I have a question. Just wanted to send you some. I have no question. I just want to send you some greetings from Germany. Keep up the good work and stay as you are. Well, thanks so much, Chris. I really appreciate that. Do you miss the old basement in Maryland? I don't really miss that basement very much because the problem was it was like, even though it was a lot of space, it was very, very like, I don't think I was using the space very well. Like I had like a lot of movies down there, but the shelves were kind of like all sporadic. And I had like, a small shelf and then a big shelf and a small shelf. And then this like tiny one that was like up to my, waist shelf. And then I had like a really high shelf. It was like, it was kind of like, it was very strange. It was kind of like all strewn together and all these different things. And then there was like pipes behind where the toys were. And if like something happened and there was a leak back there, it could ruin everything. So it was like, and then we also had mice in the basement. I don't miss that. And then it was also like criminally cold there in the winter. It was kind of like, I remember I had one of those thermometer things down there and it was like 55 degrees in the house. It was crazy. And then if you tried to turn the heat on down there, it was electric heat. So it was that bad electric heat that would like smell and give you a headache. So it's definitely not something that I missed at all. I definitely don't miss a lot of that. I like the way it looked on video and like kind of like the backdrop for the videos was cool because I was like sitting on the couch and you saw behind me lots of space and stuff like that. It was kind of cool, that aspect of it. It was good for like filming. Like if I was, I would be able to like build like little sets and stuff there. But at the same time, I would have been in Maryland. And if I was in Maryland, I don't think I would be doing the movies or any of these things that I'm doing now. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like I had to leave. I had to do what I did and to get away from Maryland in order for these things to happen. It took a lot longer than it should for me to be directing these things and getting to this place in my life. I think I thought this would have happened, or I would have been doing this a lot earlier. But the thing is, the way I look at it is, at least I'm doing it now. And like I've kind of in a strange way made up with it for it by making so many films at the same in a span of a year and a half. I don't think I'm going to do as many anymore. It's probably going to be more like 2 films a year now, maybe 3 tops. I was doing like 5. It was a lot. It was a lot, but they were smaller though too. I think since they've been getting bigger, because starting with Mistletoe, the budgets have gone up, and Pay to Die was the largest one. And I think that this next film, Desert Fiends, is going to be probably the biggest thing that yet is really what I think. And release wise, everything that's the goal. It's going to be the most adult experience for me too for a film, because it's very, very much more like a serious film in some senses too, the way that the structure of this story is going to be, as opposed to the other ones, which had a lot more ability to be kind of improvised a lot. This one's going to have improv scenes, some stuff that can be improvised, but it's not going to be like a fully improvised film. Like, for example, Mistletoe Massacre, that movie was an experiment in if you could make an entire movie all improvised. So not 100% of that movie was improvised. It was done Curb Your Enthusiasm style, where we had no script at all. We had an outline to work off of. I don't think I would do that again, because it was just it can go in too many different directions, the story. But it works though. Seeing it cut together, it's working, which is really good after seeing 30 minutes already. But stuff going forward though is much more script oriented and more for like the beats of the story. And that's how Pay to Die was as well. That was much more kind of traditional, the way that it was written and stuff like that. Let's see. And I've been on here now an hour and 38 minutes. So I guess I'll just stay for 2 hours. So I'll be on here for another 22 minutes. So guys, so I'll be on here for an hour, for another 22 minutes. So definitely get in your last minute questions. And if you had any super chats as well, feel free to ask anything you guys would like. And thanks again, though, guys, for all the support like I said, on the live stream this evening. Let's see. I see Kenneth Ramon said Weird Al. And Kenneth, that's the one thing I was going to tell you too. Your band, definitely, I think we could get your band in the movie too, because we're going to need some bands in the film. So definitely remember that for this one. Let's see. Hey, Sean, do you think Tony Bologna Pants is a cool name for a villain? Tony Bologna Pants? Maybe. Let's see. Best Batman. I'd say Michael Keaton. I mean, like, I know that, a lot of people could say Christian Bale and stuff like that, but to me, when I think of Batman, it's just like, if like you say, close your eyes and think of Batman, I'm thinking of Michael Keaton. I don't know why. It's just like that to me is Batman. Let's see. You live in San Diego. Would you have to be in big? Would you have to be in big movie to move out? I think if I ever had to do any stuff, I would just stay in a hotel in Los Angeles and stuff. I prefer to be in where I am. Like I go up there a lot all the time for the projects and stuff like that. But I wouldn't personally want to live it like right in Los Angeles. I don't particularly like being like right in Los Angeles too much. Like I like Vegas though. Like I really do like Vegas. I could definitely live in Vegas because I like walking around there, like walking the strips. I know that they would have a lot of like walking stuff to do too, like trails and stuff would be there. Like I like a lot of that kind of stuff now too, like going outside. And the trails too have been good for me to walk because this movie it's for inspiration for the film too. It kind of can put you in a kind of a Hills Have Eyes type vibe because everything looks like the Hills Have Eyes that I'm walking through. So it kind of has that mindset. So you can kind of put yourself into that. And even though I've encountered wolves, it puts you in that scared mindset, which helps for because I'm very method with everything I do. So I get kind of like put myself into that environment to do it. Like, so that's why it's like I told you guys about Shark House. I was method the entire movie, which was I couldn't come out of that character for like a week or two after. It was bad because like right when I was done, I flew to do that movie Doctor Gift, and I was like in such a strange state of mind after that because I should have just taken a break right after that. I shouldn't have done that movie because I was just too bogged down mentally after that Shark House, and I'm like, why am I doing something else right now? Let's see. I wish you Merry Christmas. Thanks so much, Walker. Do you remember the song to Reading Rainbow? It's like with the reading. How does that song go? Reach for the sun, reach for the sun. Is that how it goes? I think, or is that something else? No, that's Shining Time Station. So why am I? You take a book, it's in a look in reading rainbow. I can go anywhere, anywhere. Take a look, it's in a That's how. Yeah, that's the song. The Shining Time Station one is with the Shining Time Station. That's the other one. Let's see. You're awesome. Thank you. We'll be watching the Peanut Butter Solution again shortly. Heard about it from you many years ago. Yeah, definitely watch that. It's a great movie. Do you talk to MJ anymore? If I could figure out where he was, I would, but I have no idea. He's just gone so MIA. Are you still buying VHS horror movies? Well, VHS horror movies have gone up in price so much now. Like they've become kind of like the thing. People like getting them graded and all this kind of stuff. Like the same thing they do with comic books. So it's kind of crazy. But I haven't really done any like VHS like shopping, like looking in any weird stores or anything like that in a long time. I definitely need to do more of that again. The problem is though sometimes I get so you know overwhelmed and just like kind of in the mindset of the films that sometimes it's hard for me to like think about other stuff. That's the one problem is like I'm like I have that kind of condition where like my mind is always like randomly running. You know what I mean? Let's see. What's your family doing for Christmas? We didn't do much for Christmas. We did end up bringing home like a Benihana type place. It's called Shogun. So we're gonna eat that tonight. So we got that to go. Let's see. Do you think you will make a big budget movie eventually? I probably. I mean, like the thing is, the movies are going up in budget every film, and we're to the point where I can do investments and things a little differently too. So I think that probably about a year from now, the budgets will have gone up a lot more. You know, I think that's the goal, and like I definitely see a lot of people that I personally know getting to direct, you know, these smaller studio kind of type things, and that are like $1 million, $2 million thing, and I definitely can see that in the future. I just have to kind of like keep doing what I'm doing, keep kind of, you know, developing the style of these films, because I don't honestly think that I can think of anybody else that's making this particular style of movie that I'm doing. I don't know if there's I'm not really emulating anybody. I'm just kind of literally just doing what I think is funny and kind of doing my own stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know though who's making this type of film. So it's going to be interesting to see how everyone responds. And people have been really responding well to Karen. And even though that was probably about 30% of my stuff in there, and then it was working off of somebody's script, it still had a lot of my humor in it. That I feel like when you guys see what I'm doing now, and you guys see Pay to Die and stuff too, you really see kind of the way I'm going, you know, with these projects, and the goal with them and everything too. Um, let's see. What's your Roger Corman movies? Let's see. How often should I ride the new Peloton bike? About how long? Well, I think they have like, don't they have like certain kind of trails you can do on it? Like you push a button and it does like a Peloton, like a couple mile trail, and you like watch the thing on the screen as you do it. I think that's how it works. So maybe start off like I said, I've never used a Peloton bike, but maybe start off on like a basic kind of trail on there for like a couple miles to get you know, kind of get the gist of the bike and stuff like that, and then like maybe do it every day or every other day for like 30 minutes or so, and then kind of move up to do it, but you wouldn't have to do it every day. Let's see. Let's see. Do you think? Let's see. Any supervisor advice? I'm slated for that role next year for a 26K Western. Yeah, script supervisor. Yeah, I don't know a ton about, you know, script supervisor stuff. Like I know, you know, I don't know. I don't think I can help you too much with that. I don't know a lot about script supervisors, but I'll let you know. Maybe you could be. I'll let you know though if I need a script supervisor though on something. Let's see. Uh, need some bands we can submit songs. How can we? Where can we submit songs? Where I'm going to have on the Indiegogo some perks to get songs in there, but I'm also going to have a perk where you can actually come out in person and get your band in the concert scene. So there's going to be basically one lead up concert. Like it's going to, you know how like at concerts they have like a couple of different acts that are going like a Coachella type event. So we're going to have a handful of different bands. So we're actually going to have on the campaign a perk too for somebody if they have a band that would like the band to come out and, you know, be part of the project, and you know, and have their band featured in the film. So that's one of the ones that we're going to be having as well. And then we're also going to have a perk to have your music in the film. But if we have like an open submission thing as well too, I'll let you know too for that. Let's see. I had 3 bourbons and cola beers on top. Greetings, bro. Popping in randomly as I'm waiting to get picked up at the airport. I'm waiting some dude who saw. I'm wait. I'm that random dude that saw you at Escondido Target. Oh yeah, that was one guy that messaged me and said he saw me walking around the Target. Let's see, Sean. What's your favorite bad guy who plays villains? Billy Zane or Bill Sadler? Are my favorite. You know, like the bad bald guy. Yeah, no, I like both of them. But Billy Zane though, even though he plays a bad guy, when you see him at conventions and stuff, he's always like there wearing that hat, like that sort of like that certain hat he wears now, and he's always got a smile like this. It's funny, like Billy Zane's smile. Like if you know Billy Zane, and you see him at conventions, you always know he's at a convention there with that like it's. I don't want to say what it is. It's sort of a shit-eating grin. He's always got it like this. Like I don't know how to explain it, but Billy Zane is always looking like that at every event you see. What role would you give Carrot Top in your film? Probably one of the officers in the movie is what I was thinking, or as some strange odd guy at the concert bothering people. You know what I mean? Like something like that. I do have a cool magician though that I don't want to say who it is, but he's going to be coming out as well that you guys have seen on a lot of reality TV. Merry Christmas and have a good Boxing Day or gift card day tomorrow. What Merry Christmas to you as well. What is your favorite movie of all time? Maybe Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Hopefully Blumhouse or A24 is come calling for you. Well, I think Blumhouse might like some of what I'm doing. And, oh, I don't know. A24 could possibly see the humor in some of it. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. You know what ends up happening. Are you going to see the Barbie movie coming out next year? It looks kind of fun though. Have you met Rey Mysterio from WWE? He is from San Diego. No, I've never met him. I've seen, who I always call local celebrity Richard Dreyfuss. I've seen him a couple times. He's out here a lot. And I know my parents saw who they see Goldberg, Bill Goldberg at Chipotle once. There's a couple different people out here you see. I know who lives near me is Jason Mraz. I don't know if I've ever seen him before, but I know he's around here too. Let's see, and Tony Hawk is. I've never seen him. I'm trying to think of anyone else I've ever seen that's like known that lives out here. I think they said that Sandra Bullock was out here too, but I never saw her. She was secretly out here. Did you and Brendan ever speak since you saw him last? I talked to him on Facebook a lot. Are any of your movies you directed available in the United Kingdom on Region B? Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that Screen Bloody Murder is going to still be called that in the UK, so we might see that releasing at some point there. I don't know what Ron Bunk's going to do with the international for Karen, so hopefully he'll get an international company to release it. I don't know like who are like independent distributors in the UK that put out like smaller movies out there. So I don't know if there's somebody like that out there. Hopefully they reach out to Ron Bunk too, so then he can get it out there. Let's see. Let's see. Do you know the name of a horror movie that's point of view walk through hell? It's like a lower budget horror movie. Was that the As Above, So Below? What role would you give Carrot Top? I talked about that. Yes, saw Karen on Facebook. I think it's on Tubi. Yeah, it's on Tubi. Why don't you visit Barnes and Noble on Tuesday for your next Blu-ray search? They don't have enough stuff to show really, and a lot of the Barnes and Nobles don't have the movie section anymore. I feel like I usually only would show Barnes and Noble when they're having the sales going on for Arrow Video or Criterion, and usually they do Arrow Video and Criterion at the same time, from what I can tell. Let's see. So I'll be on here for about 10 more minutes or so, guys. Have you ever had any major surgeries? Well, I had my gallbladder removed, so I guess that was major because I did get put to sleep for that one. Are you do horror collection in 2023? The last one's in 2020. Yeah, my complete horror collection video. At some point, the problem is I have so much stuff in the room now. It's just like so impossible to show everything. It's just like it's so difficult. That's the only thing. Let's see. Why don't you, I talked about that? Are you a Korn fan? Yeah, I used to listen to Korn back in the day all the time. Like I used to like be obsessed with them. I haven't listened to anything new from them, like in any of their new albums, but all the old stuff I really did back in the day, though. If you had to choose one, a dog or a cat, I definitely would be a dog because I'm very allergic to cats. I don't dislike cats, but like most cats, I have terrible allergies to them. And it's like I remember I stayed over at this one kid's house in the 6th grade, and that's when I discovered the cat allergy. I remember like I woke up, my eyes were swelled shut. It was so bad. Like they were like I couldn't open them. And then I remember I went in the bathroom, I had to wash my face out in the sink. I was going to go in the shower and shower off. I thought, okay, that would help. But then the cat had taken a giant diarrhea shite in the shower, and it was like in there everywhere. It was like this disgusting odor. It was like the worst smell I ever smelled in my entire life. And I'm like, oh my God. So that was when I discovered how deathly allergic I was to cats. Let's see. I love that show, Pee Wee. I had the Pee Wee's Playhouse toy. I bet it's worth big money. Yeah, I don't know what that's worth now. Let's see. What's up with Brendan Novak? Did that shook up when you were him? Did you work at the same editor or a different one each movie? So each movie is usually different editors. Like Screen Bloody Murder was a different editor, and then let's see. So Karen was Will Colazo edited that one, and then Bigfoot and Woods Witch, or Eric, edited both of those ones. And then Shark House and Mistletoe Massacre, Adam Marino, he's doing those. And then Pay to Die, we have a new guy doing that one. Let's see. Um, Whatever happened to the Pee Wee Outtakes video? It was so genius. I don't know. Has that got taken down? Let's see. Hey, Sean, let's see. Why you're not with your family? My family's downstairs right now. Do you still go to the casinos? If I go to casinos, I don't really gamble anymore at all. Like, I don't think I've been to actually put money into a casino in so long. Hey, Sean, Merry Christmas. I saw Amazon got the Amityville Karen back in stock, waiting on my copy. Oh, so the Blu-ray is available on. Oh, so I guess you can get Karen on Amazon as well. Yeah, I think at one point it was only available on you know, on SRS Cinema's website. Let me see if it's on here. Amityville Karen. I guess it must have sold out. Is what had happened with the Blu-ray at first. Yeah, so now it's on here. The Blu-ray is on here. Let's see if it shows as available. Yeah, free delivery. So yeah, I guess if anybody wants to get the Amityville Karen Blu-ray, you can get it right now. You don't have to go to SRS's site. You can get it from, Amazon, and then the DVD is on there too. You can get it on there as well. But if you want to see it first, though, you can watch it on Tubi. The only thing is, though, the Blu-ray and DVD have a 45. I think it's a 40-minute behind the scenes, and then a commentary track as well too. Let's see. Favorite independent horror film? That's hard to say. It's very difficult to say. What movie you want Scream Factory to put out in 4K next? Maybe Motel Hell would be cool. Was MJ's hat a driver's cap or a derby hat? Well, I always called it a driver's cap. Whatever happened to the Pee Wee's Outtakes video? I don't know. I thought that was still there. Hey, Sean, do you ever come to Midwest horror conventions? I want to start going to more conventions. I haven't done a lot of those ones, like traveling wise. I would love to get back to Chiller again, and especially the Monster Mania. I used to always like Monster Mania a lot, and they have one of them in Maryland, in Hunt Valley, and that's like the main one I used to go to when I lived there. And that'd be kind of cool to plan to go to one of the ones when it's in Hunt Valley, to kind of get back, because then I could kind of go back and see like all my old stomping grounds, and like, the malls, and I would do just kind of random videos just showing Maryland again now after not being there for years. It'd be kind of weird videos where people would be like, why is Sean showing like just walking the mall? But like some people would care, you know what I mean? Let's see. You should do a video of you visiting the last Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon. It's actually just 10 minutes from me. No, I'd like to try and go there at some point. That'd be cool to see. I've been watching you for 13 years now. Well, thanks so much though for watching for so long. What's your opinion on the criminally underrated movie of film Adventureland? Yeah, the Kristen Stewart, Jesse Eisenberg movie. I like that movie. That's one of those films that, you are right though, it's very underrated. You don't hear people talk about it at all anymore. It's kind of one of those films that came out when it was out, people were talking about it, and then it kind of came and went, and you don't hear about it at all anymore. You really don't see it on TV or anything like that. But I remember really liking that a lot. What do you think's next for Rob Zombie? I don't know. I really don't know what he's going to do next. Let's see. You should be on Mid-Level Media's roundtable for one of these months. I have to look them up. Hey, Sean, I don't know if you said this or you talked to, but how's Shane Jensen? I don't talk to Shane Jensen much anymore, but as far as I know, he's been doing okay. Some malls in Maryland might not exist anymore. No, I know. I don't know if they're all still there. What's next for Fest on Video you want to buy? I know they're putting out the Dentist collection next. Quoted to 100K in 2023. I know. Hopefully, we'll see. Hopefully, we can get to that in 2023. Son of the Mask, best movie ever. I know that Jamie Kennedy was talking about how there's like the long lost like director's cut version of that movie that hopefully at some point can get released. It'd be interesting to see that. It sounded like it was very different before people kind of went in and like the studio changed a lot of stuff on it. But I do remember seeing Son of the Mask in theaters though, and I didn't like it very much at all though. Like it was one of those movies that I remember like just like struggling to get through it and stuff like that. So we'll be on here, guys, for about 2 more minutes. So get in the last minute questions that you have, guys, on here. But thanks so much, guys, too, for coming on. And like I said, I'll definitely be doing more of these live streams, and I'll also do more too to promote the Desert Fiends campaign when that one goes live, next month as well. But like I said, let me know any other last minute questions you guys have. I think I don't see anything else coming in, so I feel like it's like the last ones. I feel like right when I'm gonna, no, here's someone says, "How you been, Sean? Everything's been good with me." But yeah, hopefully we get to 100K this year. That in 2023. Yeah, hopefully that's definitely the hope. Sean, you most likely will never see MJ again ever. I don't know. Maybe. Loved your Clint Howard "I'm Infested" parody. Yeah, Clint Howard is a dream person to get to work with. What Vinegar Syndrome you want to be on Blu-ray? I would say Summer Camp Nightmare is one that I always bring up that I hope they put out. I also really hope they put out Crawl Space, the not the Klaus Kinski one, but the TV movie. That's one that I really, really hope comes out as well. And someone said, "What's your opinion on the Blair Witch Project?" I like those movies. I feel like it'd be interesting to see the original Blair Witch again, because I have not watched that movie in so many years. And I like the newer one, though, the 2016 one that Adam Wingard did. I thought that was actually pretty creepy, and it was an interesting to kind of make a sequel to that original one all those years later and everything. So I thought it was actually pretty good and everything as well. Though you should do another video on what's inside your fridge. Yeah, maybe. Right now the fridge is so full of stuff. There's all this stuff like I guess this stuff from the Shogun place. So it's like all this like rice and shrimp things and everything. So it's very, very full right now. So it would definitely not be the time, because you wouldn't be able to move anything or anything like that. Oh, but I do see a $5 super chat that came in from Peyton Snay, and he says, "What do you think of the Chucky TV series and the new Christmas story?" The Chucky series, I watched the first season of it and really loved it, and then the second season I have not watched any of it yet, and I don't know why. I really, really need to watch it, because I really, really love the first season. So let me know, guys. Is it worth watching it? Like, is it worth watching the second season? Is it as good as the first one? But I definitely will watch it, though. The Christmas Story, for some reason, though, I don't know why, Peyton. I started watching it, and I didn't like it that much. And then I watched that Reno 911 Christmas one instead. I don't know what it was about it, but I just did not absolutely love that one. I mean, like, maybe I'll at some point actually sit through it, but for some reason, I just didn't really care for that one too much. I do see one, too, that says, "Have you listen to Howard? Do you listen to Howard Stern, or do you still listen to Howard Stern?" Yes, I still listen to him. Usually, like, if I'm in the car, I usually, like, if I'm eating something in the car, I like to listen to Howard Stern, or like certain situations I listen to him. But there's sometimes he goes on like weird, like, tangents too long about weird stuff, like Ronnie or something like that. So sometimes you get a little annoyed with it, but I still do, listen to him, though. And this will be the last one on here. They said, "Do you ever go to Zia Records in Phoenix, Arizona?" I've never been to the Zia Records there, but I have been to the Zia, though, in Vegas. So if you want to see that, I put up a video like about a month ago, or a little over a month ago, going to Vegas, and I did show a little bit of Zia Records in that one. But anyway, though, guys, I've been on here now for about 2 hours, and thanks again, guys, for checking out the live stream, and thanks so much, though, for the super chats as well on here. And I'll see you guys later.